I would like to specifically mention on December 23rd, 1936, he gave his final instructions to his followers, which are very relevant now as they were then. It is quite long. If it is okay, I will read the whole. Otherwise, I will make it shorten and I'll read few instructions. How can I go, Prabhuji?
Yeah, go ahead, Manoj.
Okay. These are very important and they are very profound. So I would like to mention, perhaps many people have considered me their enemy because I was compelled to tell the unadulterated truth. I asked them to serve the Lord with all sincerity. I have given much anxiety to many people only because I wanted to inspire them to serve Krishna sincerely without material desire and duplicity. One day they will understand this. All of you preach the message of Rupa and Raghunath to everyone with great enthusiasm. May the ultimate desire to become a speck of dust at the lotus feet of the followers of Sri Rupa remain ever awake in our hearts. Vrajendra Nandan Krishna is the principle of non-dual consciousness. He is the root object of devotion and the treasured object of service for all. In order to satisfy the transcendental senses of the one non-dual supreme truth, remain united in following Radha, the original reservoir of love for him. Everyone make the effort to perfect your worship of Sri Hari. Make this the only purpose of your lives. Remember that this world is temporary and lasts only a day or two. Give up your family attachment and transcend this world of illusion. Maintain your worldly obligations in whatever way you can, but make the eternal principle, devotion to Krishna, the true purpose of your voyage through life. Let hundreds of dangers, insults, or persecutions come, but in spite of them, do not give up your worship of Krishna. Lord Gaurahari destroys all obstacles on the path. He will surely be merciful and give you a place at his lotus feet. When you see that most people are indifferent to Sri Krishna and show no interest in selfless service to Krishna and in talks about him, don't be discouraged. First of all, never give up your bhajan, your life and soul. Why should you accept the poverty of a life without hearing and chanting about Krishna, your soul wealth? Beg for Krishna's lotus feet, the ultimate benediction for all living beings. The Lord is all powerful and will quickly fulfill your desires. Krishna is not incapable, he is omnipotent, and his servants' desires never go in vain. Please always chant the name of the Lord, being humbler than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree. Give all respect to others and demand none for yourself. Make the worship of the holy name the most important aspect of your devotional life. A wise person will worship the Lord after taking initiation in the sacrifice of the holy name inaugurated by Sri Krishna Chaitanya and his associates. Offer yourself up to the seven flames of this sacrificial fire. The scriptures say that this especially is the religious principle for the age of Kali. We do not seek to become heroes performing great works or religious deeds. We will become distressed if we take up the paths of knowledge, works, or austerities. Know that your true identity is to be a speck of dust at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Prabhu. Don't go against this identity, which is your treasure. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the best of the followers of Sri Rupa Goswami. The pure joy of devotional service comes in the stream that started with him. That stream is holy and full of nectar and flavors of devotion. Even 100 obstacles will never obstruct it. Intelligent persons who have bathed in the waters of that stream should endeavor to fulfill the heartfelt wishes of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Amongst you are many capable and worthy individuals. So all of you quickly come forward and take up this task. Taking grass between my teeth, I pray repeatedly that I may become a speck of dust at Sri Rupa Goswami's lotus feet, birth after birth. Other than this, I pray that no other desire will manifest in my or anyone else's heart. While living in this world, we encounter many difficulties, but there is no need for us ever to be bewildered by these difficulties. We need make no effort to remove any of these obstacles. What is necessary for us? while we are still here is to learn what is beyond, what will be the nature of our eternal life. Let me realize at this very moment the nature of my eternal spiritual identity and my eternal life in the spiritual world. There are so many things that attract and repel us. There is no end to the things that we want and don't want. We have to resolve what exactly we do or do not want and decide to search for our devotional service to Krishna, the eternal truth. If you wish to triumph over attraction and repulsion, then you should remember that by becoming attracted to the transcendental holy name, you will be delivered from them. Then you will understand the nature of service to Krishna and the taste of his devotional topics. Then you will feel nothing but disgust for the other insignificant pleasures of this world. As you continue cultivating your consciousness of Krishna, your thirst for material sense objects will decrease. The philosophy of Krishna consciousness is very perplexing. At first, it seems startling and full of complex details. The holy name is more compassionate than the Lord of the name himself. If one takes shelter of the name, then it unravels all these philosophical complexities. The treasure of love for Krishna is the eternal goal of our lives. At every moment, personal desires interfere without our realizing it. By taking shelter of the holy name, all these obstacles are removed and we can obtain the fulfillment of our true desire, which to dwell in the realm of pure love of Krishna. In this world, no one is the special object of my affection, nor do I have the slightest hostility towards anyone. Whatever arrangements we make in this world are temporary. There is no need to waste time thinking about gain or loss here. The only thing anyone should strive for is the one supreme goal of life, that is the treasure of love for Krishna's lotus feet. So join together, all of you, and strive for this goal. Work together harmoniously with a single thing in mind and a single understanding. Working together with the same purpose, we will become qualified for the service of Radharani, the original reservoir of love for Krishna. May the stream of ideas promoted by Rupa Goswami and his followers ever flow. We must never try to be independent of his doctrine. May we never become indifferent or disinterested in the sacrifice of the holy name with its fire of seven flames. In the performance of Sankirtan, if your single minded devotion goes on increasing, then all your desires will be fulfilled and all your goals achieved. Take hold of the feet of the followers of Sri Rupa Goswami and follow them with exclusive commitment. Preach the message of Sri Rupa and Raghunatha fearlessly and with great enthusiasm. Through this preaching, you will attain all perfection. Srila Prabhupada ended his sojourn amongst the mortals of this world on Thursday, 1st December 1937 at 5:30 in the morning, joining the service of their lordships Radha and Govinda in their early morning pastimes. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for nicely glorifying His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. So now we would request any other devotee, Satyavam Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Dandapranam to everyone. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaye. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakti. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the opportunity. Like glorifying Prabhupada's Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. We are so indebted. Like I was just meditating since morning. Like we are here. Earlier I was thinking why I'm in America. And because of Srila Prabhupada's like movement, we are here and we are getting so much like treasure. And why we are getting? See, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur only told Srila Prabhupada, go to Western country and make them Krishna conscious. And because of him, we are here. And now also, we all are sitting together and glorifying him. It's so amazing, right? We are so fortunate. Just I was then listening about him all day, so it was so nice. He was very young age. He learned astrology, physics, chemistry. He was so scholar, and he born in Jagannath Puri and got a garland from Jagannath Ji when Jagannath Ji Rath Yatra was going on. That Rath stopped in front of his house, and his mother took him there, and garland fell on him. Like when we glorify, we listen about him, like we hear from different acharyas, seniors, so nice, like it's a nectar, like we feel like so much joy inside. And then his whole life, what he did, and the temples, mainly he installed all, means he started installing temples. Otherwise, uh, see, we have temples because of him only. So we don't know all these things. Background, they means behind the scene, somebody is there, what they did, and we are just enjoying all the fruits, right? So we should have so much gratitude for them. Means even they say if we make the shoes out of our skin for 7 births, still we cannot repay for what they did for us. We should have so much gratitude. And a lot of pastimes I was hearing, and so amazing. Even Madan Mohan Malviya, he went to talk, and just because he was sage, right? So Subhash Chandra Bose also, because that time British was ruling, and how he did Leela. Just he sent him with his disciple and washing, cleaning, and cooking service, and he got the answer. When he came out and he asked, so he said, "No, I am satisfied. I got the answer." Means how these sages are doing for us, right? For everyone, whole world. So all these pastimes, no, really means gives us like clue what to do in our life. Lots of lessons. Even when he was a little boy and he ate a mango, those were not offered. And then his Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, like, you should not eat, like it is not offered, right? It's not prasad. After that, he didn't eat the mango. He just said, I will not eat forever. So much determination. We should also have that determination. Also, he was in Vrindavan in Govardhan, and then he was chanting like 192 rounds. And Chaturmas time he was just eating khichdi. And how he was eating khichdi? He was sitting, he was keeping his hands back and just taking how much one bite will come in mouth. He was taking breath like and then taking that khichdi. That much only he was eating. So much dedication, right? So we should learn like how to do austerity and all that. So amazing. We are really should have gratitude for this wonderful parampara. We got Srila Prabhupada because of him, and because of him, everything we are getting every day on Zoom or association or congregation. We came to know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all Goswamis. And so all day I was just thinking what we got is a treasure, just a priceless treasure. So thank you so much. Just I wanted to glorify him. Thank you so much. Hari.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Satyam Mataji. Anybody else would like to glorify? Please take this opportunity. Mardana Prabhu, would you like to say a few words?
Prabhu, we are doing duty seva. We are
Okay.
trying.
Okay, no problem. Anybody else? Otherwise, I will speak the things. Okay. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhudale Srimade Lokanath Swami Dinabhine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinabhine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhudale Srimade Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Dinabhine. Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, is so wonderful, so glorious. Just to remember His divine grace, Srila Bhakti Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. The entire life of Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj is a open book. Every word that we can go through is a lesson, is a learning that all of us is very glorious. There is a biography of Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj, which is Bhakti Sandarbha. We also there. That one. It is Srila Bhakti. This book is called the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Vaibhava. It's a 3-volume book. It's an entire life story of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Very profound. One has to read these books, especially when we say Srila Prabhupada Leela Amrita, similarly Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhava. So we can understand who is a pure Vaishnava, who is a devotee. And these wonderful devotees of the Lord, they were here on this Mother Earth, on this planet, and purify the Mother Earth. So we know that who is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was about to take birth. That time Kedar Datta, that is Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and Srimadi, the Bhagavati Devi, the mother of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. There was a ray from the eyes of Srimadi Radharani appeared, a divine ray. So that's the time, in order to that great personality come into this world, that a ray of Srimadi Radharani from the eyes of Srimadi Radharani appeared on this planet. And also, when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj appeared in the womb at the time of delivery, the umbilical cord was completely wrapped around Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, and the body also like an umbilical cord. So this was the divine appearance of His divine grace. And then we know that at the age of 6, on the Annaprashna ceremony, so Jagannath chariot, that was the time of Jagannath Radhayatra. This chariot came in front of Kedar Datta, who was the magistrate of that time in the Jagannath Puri and the in charge of Jagannath Puri temple. And the cart came over and then stopped there in front of Kedar Dattanada's house. And devotees were trying to pull this chariot for 2 days. They couldn't move this chariot. So this is the time Bhagavati Devi brought Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's childhood name was called Bimala Prasad. Why Bimala Prasad? Because of Bhagavati Devi considers that this is the mercy of Bimala Devi, and actually the mercy of course, Srimadi Radharani as well. So then, this is the time Bhagavati Devi, the mother of Bimala Prasad, brought Vimal Prasad, just 6 months, the Annaprashna ceremony time, brought in front of Lord Jagannath. This is the time a garland falls from the neck of Sri Jagannath, and seeing this, Pujari took this garland and offered to Vimala Prasad. Now everybody tried this chariot and they could move the chariot. It was mentioned that Lord Jagannath even wanted to see this great personality, this great devotee of the Lord. So this is the mercy. So then in the, while growing up, that just mentioned that Madaji, the mango story. Vimala Prasad then understood that the importance of offering everything to the Lord. Never ate in his whole life and took a vow, I will not eat mango again in my lifetime. Sometimes Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj goes and take a vow like that, like Chaturmasa vows and all, or took one time a 1 billion, decided to chant the holy name, 1 billion holy name. And then while chanting this holy name, was taking that nothing but that how much this water or this contains on, or every time when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj chant the holy name, then put 1 grain accordingly. So whatever the grain which comes out, and that's what is said all day of prasadam, then which offered to the Lord. And at some point of time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj then don't take much of, then just little drink, whatever the water contains on a tulasi leaf. So this was the austerities which Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was going through. And one time, what happened when Bhakti Kedarnath Datta, Bhakti Vinod Thakur was, making a residence in Calcutta. So that time, while digging, got a very beautiful deity of Kurma Dev, Kurma, Lord of Kurma Dev. Then right there, Bhakti Vinod Thakur then gave that the mantra to worship, and how to worship the Kurma Dev. And since then, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was worshipping the Kurma Dev, Lord Vishnu's form, and also initiated with the Narasimha mantra. So all this, since childhood, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was so much dedicated to and involved in so much of printing books and writing. And at the age of 18, he was actually the editor of the Sajjana Toshani, and there is a great book Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is publishing. So like that, there are so many wonderful incidents which was there in Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's entire life. So we can see that then at the age of 27, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj got initiated or sannyasa diksha. We know that how that was happened. When Vimala Prasad was so dedicated, so much in and devotion, then Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur mentioned that you should take diksha from Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And one time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was saying this. Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was the illiterate. I mean, didn't go to the school or anywhere. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was saying that, and Bhakti Vinod Thakur was saying that he is the most, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj is the most learned man, most scholarly, most knowledgeable man than anybody else in this world. So that much of power of devotion was there with his, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. When initially Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj approached Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Gaura Kishore Das Maharaj straight away told, I don't have any qualification. You go away. You find somebody else. I don't qualify. I don't have any taste. I don't have chant. But the dedication of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, Vimal Prasad was crying every day and approaching Gauri Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj go to Gauri Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. Maharaj say, go away, I don't have any qualification. But still, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj approached Gauri Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj again and again and again. So one time, Gauri Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj said, okay, let me ask Lord, what should I do? So, hearing this, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Vimala Prasad went away and came back again and requested, could you ask to the Lord that what should I do? So Gauri Krishnadas Maharaj said, no, I forgot, you go away. So Vimala Prasad went there again and came back again. So asked Maharaj, did any reply? You got any reply? So then Gauri Krishnadas Maharaj said that, I asked, but I didn't get any reply. What should I do? So this way, the spiritual master was testing the disciple. How much dedication, how much determination, how much humility, how much the eagerness to follow the path, to take the initiation. This is the quality, dear devotees. These are all that we can learn from His Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. And then finally, Bhaktisiddhanta Vimala Prasad decided, if I don't get the initiation from Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, then my life is waste. Let me go and die and go into the Ganges. And about to go and jump into the water, this is the time Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj showed that the determination and dedication. Then Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj then initiated and told, go and take bath, take shower and come back. And then immediately Bhakti Siddhanta Vimala Prasad went into the Ganges and took bath, dip and came back. And that's the time Gauri Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj initiated Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj asked Vimala Prasad then became Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. And this Bhakti Siddhanta, because of he is known as Siddhanta Shiromani, and also Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj also compiled the Surya Siddhanta, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj compiled in such a way that this on that time it was the greatest astrological book on that time. And then Siddhanta Shiromani, that's the name, another name got Siddhanta Shiromani, and Saraswati Thakur. And then we know that the complete, the life story of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is known as Lion Guru or called Simha Guru. Very, stern on everything, very clear, very much. There is no doubt or confusion, anything in the path of devotion. That's another aspect of the Guru, or that what we can learn from a Guru or like on this day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj started to spread the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and especially Bhakti Vinod Thakur was spreading this and continued. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj then continued continued this. Sorry, I was kind of distracted. So continued this and started to preach everywhere. And even British government was recognizing and respecting and honoring Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's the writings and the contributions. So there are so many wonderful pastimes and activities Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is there. And the most important thing that we can, we sing that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was trying to eradicate the Abha Sampradayas, which was spread all over that time. Abha Sampradaya. People were going here. Impersonalism was so much in the full form. People does not know what they are doing, and they were misinterpreting the scriptures. And there are so much of hegemonies of the Smarta Brahmins, hegemonies. It was going on. So only solution was that all this to teach, to educate, to preach Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, that is, everybody is qualified to perform the devotional service. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, greatest teaching is that everybody is eligible. And there is a wonderful book that is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was compiled, and it's like in a question answer form. So very profound that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was giving that the importance of a guru, and that importance of a guru in such a way that how one should see the guru. That's what we were going through this Chaitanya Charitamrita. So dear devotees, so it's an opportunity for us to remember and glorifying these great personalities. And also in the other scriptures, it's mentioned that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was also a Manjari. He descended in this world to propagate the instructions of the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And think about this. If Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was not there, and then if Srila Prabhupada was not there, what would be our destination? What would be our fate? The mercy of Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Now, immediately as soon as Srila Prabhupada met with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, that moment of Srila Prabhupada was mentioning this very gloriously. The moment, the first time when Srila Prabhupada met with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, it was an eternal connection. As if that Srila Prabhupada was feeling that, as if that this was not the, I was eternally was inducted or connected to Srila Gurudev Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Immediately Srila Prabhupada attracted to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. The first time when, so this time when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was lecturing, and Srila Prabhupada was completely attentively listening from the beginning to end. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj noted this. And this was then reiterated later that. So when next time Srila Prabhupada was meeting with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj mentioned that, I like this boy because of he was very attentively and completely listening my lecture. I like this boy. So this was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was mentioning to Srila Prabhupada. Then Srila Prabhupada then met Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj another time in Radhakund. And that's the time Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj instructed Srila Prabhupada, whenever you get money, print books and distribute books. And the preaching is the best in any other services for the Lord. Preaching is the topmost of all the other services. See, one preaches, and he will, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was saying this one, if one preaches, we will attain the Supreme Lord very, soon. This was the mission. That's what is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was revealed this entire mission as the preaching mission. Our organization, Srila Prabhupada took that. Literally took that, and Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was mentioning to Srila Prabhupada that whenever you get money, print books. Srila Prabhupada then took that literally. And there was a question that why then Srila Prabhupada took that much time?
The lenses retail price are 1,066.
Hare Krishna, can you put on mute? Okay. So then Srila Prabhupada took that literally, but it took time. That then later, after some years, then Srila Prabhupada also kind of become busy and then came back after that, then got the initiation from the Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj named Srila Prabhupada Abhay Charanaravind, Abhay Charan. So this is the way that how the mercy of a guru comes to the disciples. So if Srila Prabhupada didn't or couldn't initiate Srila Prabhupada, it's all bound to happen. This was destined. And that's why it was the ray of from the Srimati Radharani. So all this wonderful Krishna consciousness should spread all over the world. This is a divine arrangement, dear devotees. It is a divine arrangement. Krishna conscious movement is a divine arrangement. Even Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur saw that a golden avatar which is manifesting. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur saw that a temple is manifesting in Mayapur. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur also saw that a great devotee is coming. So this is all feasible, this is all possible for the great devotees of the Lord because of its works like that. So like that, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is preaching all over the world, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj books even in the British Museum, British Library on that time. Everywhere it was, well, Canada, UK, and all those places. We know that on 1937, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj disappeared from this world. And that's the time, and then mentioned that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was giving instruction. I couldn't do anything. I'm a sinful person. So when I die, you should tie my body and drag my body throughout the villages so that everybody will see that this body was very, even though it was live, but it didn't use for anything. So then people will see that this body is, was useless, so that, there is no use for it. So this was the humility. This was the instruction. But devotees understood that this is out of humility, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj was revealing this to his devotees because of the humility is the key for the devotion. So, dear devotees, there are so much wonderful and glorious. Even just remember, just remember the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, and then that's good enough for our progress in the path of bhakti. So, on this glorious, wonderful, beautiful day of course, the Vaishnava, when they depart, it is also a celebration because of they, not like other ordinary persons, they are passing this world. The great devotees, they are joining back with Krishna is a jubilant moment. This is the moment of celebration and also at the same time of remembrance, glorifying the qualities of pure Vaishnavas, so that some way or other we can imbibe in our heart. So this way, our heart is also becomes purifies. So we are so fortunate that we are here to remember and glorify the Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. So thank you so much, the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Any other devotees? Please go ahead. I see Taruni Radha Mataji wanted to say something. Any other devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and Dandavat Pranam to every devotee and Mataji also. Mataji and Prabhuji. Oh, Shakti Siddhanta Saraswati, that we know he established the Gaudiya Math, and from his life, I heard from the various devotees, senior devotee, Gaudiya, Vaishnava, and others, our devotees also. So we saw that he born in a devotee family as well. You already mentioned already, and he actually apart from that, I can give one instance, and you told that various instances you already mentioned, but uh, uh, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, his father was the magistrate, I think, that magistrate, right?
Yes, it's magistrate.
And his family is very big, but he's the only person become the sannyasi from his family, and his writing is so high, we cannot understand also. So I think that we can understand the Prabhupada's writing, English and everything, and but Bhakti Siddhanta's writing is so so high that we cannot understand properly if we were not in that level. But one incident I can tell that actually Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati came from the Vaikuntha, and he preached the preached Gaura Katha and everything. One time he one his disciple actually saw that in the midnight Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati walking some direction, going somewhere. So that devotee, that disciple thought that my Guru Maharaj is going somewhere in the midnight. What is the reason? So he's following the Guru Maharaj, means Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. But that day, then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati saw him and then call him and bring and go to the one particular place that from the higher planetary system, the the pure devotees that coming to the earth, and they are listen they want to listen the Gaura Katha from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So that incidents happen also, that devotee, that disciple describe that thing. So sometimes the higher planetary systems, from higher planetary Sita Deep, some devotees, pure devotee, come to this earthly planet and to listen Gaura Katha from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So I want to mention that incident also. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Ashish Prabhu. Anybody else? Any other?
Hare Krishna devotees very nicely summarize, all the qualities. I just want to highlight two qualities, which I like very much. His fond and vision for all the new technologies. So Gaudiya Mutt had its own printing press actually. Even and he instructed Prabhupada also to use all the latest and greatest technology to publish the books as well as messages. And he's the one who got the concept of Yukta Vairagya. Before that, we will discard everything and each thing as a Maya, but he's the one who told us, we can use whatever Maya's instruments in the service of Krishna. So Yukta Vairagya, that is a good one quality I like. And the second one, he has a very good relationship with the ruling party. So India was ruled by the British, and he will invite British governors or the more commanding officers, to the temple, and make sure that they have the support of the ruling party. So these are the two qualities I like very much. It's very practical at the same time to get full support of the ruling party. So that's these two qualities I just want to highlight here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Bala. Okay. Thank you so much. Anybody else? It's very wonderful to know more about Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. There was one time in early morning hours, Vrishabhanavi Dasi Das. That was Vrishabhanavi Das. That was the another name of Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj. Then had a vision like this. The 6 Goswamis, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and all great acharyas together, they come and instructing to Vimala Prasad that Vimala Prasad, get up, that you don't need to be like here in a secluded, solitary place like this. You should go and preach. Should go out and preach. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj mentioned How will I preach? I don't have any manpower. I don't have any resources, nothing. They said, they prayed to that. You are all disappeared. And now I am alone here. So what will I do? How will I do this? So then they all said, do not worry. In due course of time, you will get everybody. And this will be, you just need to initiate all this. So that's where Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj, instead of sitting in a solitary place and just chanting, started this Gaudiya mission and to preach and establish the 64 madas in all over the places. And then it was so nice. We can see all those, how much important even our acharyas wanted to preach this and give this holy name, the science of Krishna consciousness to everybody. So wonderful. Thank you so much. Anybody else wanted to go and glorify? Please take this opportunity. Don't miss this. Whatever,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Anjana here.
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna.
yes, actually, I don't know much, but somehow I recognize the picture of, I don't know how to say the name still, but whenever I see this picture, the question comes to my mind, did we learn this in our school curriculum somewhere, or did he participate in freedom fighting, or when the India was struggling for the freedom?
So you are asking this question?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Because
So
I recognize this picture and this face.
yeah, okay. So this came to Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj that so somebody said instead of doing all this, you all should engage in the freedom fighting. So Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj mentioned that what freedom? Okay, you get freedom from one, country, and then you get freedom from another country again. You will be lifelong will a slave with some people or another people. You'll be a slave of Maya. You are the slave of this material world. The most important aspect of getting freedom from this material energy, getting freedom from the Maya. Otherwise, billions of lifetime you will be under the spell of this, like a slave. You are completely tied to this material world. The real freedom means the freedom from this material energy, from this Maya. So we all should work for that. Yes, they were sympathized, but that doesn't mean that they should go in forefront of fighting. And but we are all we should all understand this. The real freedom means the freedom from this material energy and completely then come to Krishna consciousness. This was the idea. This was the doctrine of Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj. I don't see anywhere that Srila Bhakti Saraswati Maharaj went in any kind of freedom fighting, Mataji. Since childhood, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj was so dedicated to worship the Lord. But some extent, Srila Prabhupada was part of it. Srila Prabhupada was while in the Scottish Church College, and then when Srila Prabhupada was graduating, but that time Srila Prabhupada then didn't accept the degree, the certificate of graduation, didn't accept it, and then as a boycott, as a movement of boycott in this way. But then after meeting with Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada completely then dedicated for the service of a spiritual master. Was that answer your question, Mataji?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, I will just compare the time period, and I think I have learned something during school days, and some clue is still missing. Like when we were learning about like Bhagat Singh, Rajguru Sahadev in Punjab side, and I think something was happening towards Srila Prabhupada's side, but I will find it out. But I do recognize
Srila Bhakti
this.
Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj?
Yes, I do recognize it's. I don't know why I remember, but I got the hint. Like I remember correctly, I got part of the answer. And thank you, Prabhuji. Thank
Okay.
you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yeah,
And
very good.
Hare Babu, another thing I can mention that so Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati standard is so high that 64 round every
Yes.
disciple should uh, uh, chant every day. This is a very high Prabhu, and in Gaudiya Math, the other things also very austere. They are very austere. I see. They told that they are more austere than our organization. They told that. I don't know, but just I got some
Yeah,
information.
that's true. That's very true. The Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj mentioned that if you don't chant 64 rounds every day, if you offer the bhoga to the Lord will not even accept it if you don't chant 64 rounds. So when Srila Prabhupada came to this Western, especially US and other devotees, Srila Prabhupada initially wanted everybody to chant 64 rounds. But then everybody mentioned that Srila Prabhupada, this is very difficult because of you're going for other services. There are so many other services, book distribution. It may not be ideal. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, how many rounds you can chant? Nobody said anything. Said, can you chant 32 rounds? And all the devotees then again became silent. And Srila Prabhupada understood it may not be that possible that everybody chant 32 rounds. That Srila Prabhupada again mentioned, okay, at least chant 16 rounds, not less than that. This is the minimum. As I said, so this is the minimum that you should chant. And if you chant every day, and then if you chant this and engage in the other living devotional service to the Lord, you are good, and you will be eligible to attain the Lord. So minimum 16 rounds. So yes, this is standard of Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj. But Srila Prabhupada, by the mercy, this is the greatest mercy of the Guru that we all get it. So yes, if we are in the age of Kali and when we are not able to chant 64 rounds every day because of mostly Kritastas. So but Srila Prabhupada's mercy, when spiritual master says something, that is bound to happen. You know that in the story of Narada Muni and the two sons of Kuber, Anala Kuber and Manigriva, just because of in order to fulfill the words of Narada Muni, the Lord appeared. Similarly, when a spiritual master, when a devotee says, Lord will approve that. That's why so many devotees they chant the holy name. They become like saintly, like anything, like so powerful, and they will get such a wonderful liberation from these material clutches that we can see in our movement. So many wonderful. There is a book called Many Moons, and Many Moons, which was compiled by Giriraj Maharaj, and it's written that how these glorious devotees passed their life. Gaura, um, the Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. These are the many moons. Maharaj was writing all their glories. So wonderful. Yes, so Srila Prabhupada wrote to 16 rounds. Otherwise, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's time, it was possible. And it was the standard. Everybody should chant 64 rounds. But I don't think so. Gaudiya Mission is now following that the same 64 rounds. Not sure. But yeah, this was the case, Prabhuji.
Yes, for
Yeah,
Hare Krishna Babu.
Hare Krishna.
Done.
Anybody else? Anybody else would like to go? And it's of the other devotees, Padmamukhi Mataji, Tarani Mata, Radhika Mataji, Bhajan Prabhu,
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. One thing that really strikes me when I think about Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj is how beautifully he had mentioned about platform speakers. And then he pointed out that those who give the Bhagavatam classes or the Gita classes or any classes for that matter, and they're charging a certain amount of money for that, or they're performing nice kirtan and then they're asking money for that. He says that that's just like a business transaction.
Yep.
When it comes to, it's not pure devotional service. These activities, when it comes to chanting or performing bhajan or like giving class on Srimad Bhagavatam, all these are transcendental. They are meant to liberate the conditioned soul, and then that's the way towards pure bhakti. And if the same activities are performed with the material remuneration for that, then the whole idea, the whole what do you say? The whole goal of these activities is lost. It just comes down to material platform. It just becomes like a business transaction. So this is what Maharaj Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Maharaj has mentioned, and it's like it's just amazing that we see in Kali Yuga how certain times it's happening, and then it's very sad. So this every time this particular point keeps coming back to me. It's made a deep impact, and then when I see certain things not going, and I always remember Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur Maharaj of how important it is to maintain that purity, and then that's what he always taught. And second thing, which amongst his teaching, which really touched my heart, is about the duplicitous. He said that a devotee should not be duplicitous, should not have a very what do I
Please.
say? Yeah, very. I'm not able
Please.
to. Yeah, very duplicitous in his nature, as in you say something and then you behave something else, and then inside is something, outside is something else, like a chameleon, like changing with the environments. So Maharaj said about our Gaurang Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Ram and Gaurang Mahaprabhu, they will take us back. Ultimately, it's only by their mercy that we can actually get out of this material world. It's only by their mercy. And then he said, the mercy of Gauranga Mahaprabhu will come to one who is very pure and very simple. If you are just pretending to be something else, then that's one quality which Gauranga Mahaprabhus will not accept and then give the mercy to such a person. I was like, I mean, this is what he's mentioned in his teaching. And then we had the association of Her Grace Nityananda Mataji. And she used to always say this point to me from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So that's also stayed, it touches my heart, and it stayed with me all this while. And of course, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj is also very close because my daughter was born on his disappearance day. So that's when, somehow because of that reason also I feel very, his teachings appeal to me. His wonderful scholarship in rendering Shri Brahma Samhita book. It's just outstanding, like how Ashish Jagannath Prabhuji was mentioning. His English is like, it was like so amazing that even those who were born and brought up in England, when they came and they were reading, they found it was so high that they needed a dictionary to just go through his work. Even my Guru Maharaj, when he was reading Bhaktisiddhanta's Brahmasamhitam book for the first time, he was like, he needed a dictionary to go through every third sentence. He wanted a dictionary he had to use dictionary to just understand the meaning of those words. So his scholarship was like excellent. And of course, he is a Vaikuntha man, like how Srila Prabhupada said. He did not belong to this realm. He just came to just establish pure devotional service. He came to establish that which is lost. And he empowered our Srila Prabhupada to, do everything. He himself could have completed the work, but then he left the glories to our Srila Prabhupada to come to preach in the West. I said, I mean, and the other part is like the relationship that Prabhupada had with his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. That also is so inspiring. The Guru-disciple relationship, how pure Prabhupada was, and how faithful he carried out his orders just out of love for his Guru, and how the Guru also empowered the disciple to carry out this massive um, service for mankind, and then ultimately service to Krishna. So it's just amazing how beautiful that relationship also worked out, and it's for us to always look up to them, and see this is how an ideal disciple should be. This is how an ideal guru is. So it's just amazing. Those qualities can also be drawn apart from the teachings that he gave, which he just led by his example, and he was so strong. He's called a lion guru for a reason is because he never compromised with any of the principles. He was very strong in his principles. Yet he had that purity to just convert any person. Once a person was he was a scholar. He came and then he said, Maharaji, I have a question to ask you. And then he realized that this person is very proud. He said, please go inside the kitchen. Some of my disciples are, doing some work over there. They need some help. Please go help them and then come back. And I'll be there to answer your question. This person goes inside and then he does his cleaning work. There was some pot washing, something. And then he came out, and then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, he asked him, what's your question? And then this very proud scholar said, my question is already answered, Maharaj. So he knew exactly how to deal with each person, how to curb their pride, how to make sure that they get their answers without even what do you say? He knew how to deal with each person simply because he's a pure devotee. They can see through the heart, they can see through the weakness, they can see the strength, they can see everything, and then they just flame that which is that small bhakti flame that is present in each of us. They know how to, fan it into a blazing fire. That quality we can see again in Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. He's just amazing, exemplary personality. Vaikuntha man, like how Srila Prabhupada says, and I love the fact that how much he focused on purity in chanting of the holy name, purity in the activities, purity in our consciousness, in whatever activities of devotion service that we are undertaking. So for him, it was all about just being pure to Krishna, to Guru, and then to the instructions that Krishna has given to us. So just simply following and being very simple, and that's the way to towards the path of pure devotional service, which is the only means to go back to the Supreme Lord at the end of this life, which is very rarely attained human form of life. So that's just beautiful. Like how all our acharyas are wonderful. Each of them, they shine up, some beautiful characteristics. But for me, Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Maharaj is about his purity and being such a staunch devotee of Krishna. His bhakti was also the vow that he took for chanting 1 lakh holy names, every single day. It's just amazing, just like Haridas Thakur Maharaj, like how he was also able to do that for so many years. Just before he felt like he's so empowered, but just imagine the humility of this personality. He is just an excellent scholar, and but he was so humble that he said that I don't have any empowerment. I need to chant. I need to qualify myself. Only then I can go and do my preaching. That's just amazing to see the quality of humility that he had. It's really exemplary. And then humility is also, even though he's like so empowered, the aspect of this humility that is present in Srila Bhakti Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, that also inspires me a lot. Yes. So with this, I'd like to end. Yeah. Thank you so much for kindly.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So I was going through this Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhava. It was so glorious. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj just passing away. I'll just read it. So it's very good to hear that. The next morning, 1st January 1937, at just about 5:20, Pranavananda Brahmachari besides vigil was completed. He was handing over the fan and oxygen funnel to Krishnananda Brahmachari when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj aroused and whispered, "Who is there?" "It is me, Pranavananda Prabhupada." Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati uttered, "Oh, Pranavananda Prabhu." Pranavananda then asked, "How are you feeling, Prabhupada?" Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj murmured, oh, Krishna, Krishna." Hardly had Pranavananda left the room when he was called back by Krishnananda Prabhu. "Pranava, come quickly," said, "it's over." Thus, after 62 years and 10 months of manifesting unflinching devotion to Sri Radha and Krishna in this world, Sri Varshabhanavi Daidadasa rejoined them in hour of their Nishanda Leela, pre-dawn pastimes of their eternal cycle of daily activities in Raj. At the hour after their nocturnal sports, when they rest in the intertwined embrace, becoming as one body, hence giving an indication of Lord Gauranga's appearance. It was 5:30. All the clocks in the Mata stopped simultaneously, their steady ticking soon replaced by wailing and crying from every corner. So this was happened when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj disappeared. All the clocks in the Mata stopped right there. It was so wonderful. So then some devotee was sobbing as if their hearts would break. Some were chanting feverishly with eyes flooded with tears. Some simply bowed their heads and chanted Harinama, and some were clapping their foreheads and repeatedly calling out, "Oh Prabhupada, oh Prabhupada." Although the sun had to the disciples, everything seemed black. Kunja Bihari Prabhu, ever pragmatic, organized bereaved devotees required rituals according to Samskara Deepika. First, they laved their departed Gurudeva's divine form with the sandalwood water and applied tilaka on the appropriate parts of his body, wrapped him in a new clothes, and decorated him with garlands and gold paste. They laid him on a new bed and brought him to the last darshan of deities he had served for so many years. After circumambulating him in the
Hare
time.
Krishna Prabhuji, apologies. Your voice mic cannot recognize when it is away.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Is it good now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So it's mentioned that okay, I don't know where. So I will read that paragraph again. Punja Bigari Prabhu, ever pragmatic, organized the bereaved devotees in performing the required rituals according to Samskara Deepika. First, they laved their departed Gurudeva's divine form with sandalwood water and applied tilaga on the 12 appropriate parts of his body, draped him in new clothes, and decorated him with flowers, garlands, and sandalwood paste. They laid him on the new bed and brought him for a last darshana of the deities he had served for so many years. After circumambulating him, his disciples, several of them crying incessantly, offered him puja, bhoga, and arati amid continuous kirtana of the Mahamandra and Jay Anilo Premadhana, Narottam Das' most famous song of separation from departed Vaishnavas. The news spread quickly, and Srila Saraswati Thakur divine figure was taken before the deities at 10 o'clock. Huge crowd was waiting. Then the bedstead with his spiritual body strapped to it was carried back Basar to Shalda station on the shoulders of disciples. Accompanied by massive Sankirtana, the route was less than 2 miles, but since it was perennially busy state, packed with morning public, it took over an hour to traverse from Shalda on. Devotees left toward Mayapur by a chartered train. At Ranakhat, they halted briefly for local people to offer last respect, and then proceeded to Krishnanagar, where again sizable gathering, including leading city, was waiting to pay homage to Krishnanagar Saraswati. So this for night, you know this. And Maharaj's
Prabhuji, your voice is again not coming well. For
not
last.
coming.
Yeah.
Okay, is it good now?
Yes.
Is it good now, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So Maharaj was giving a very wonderful instruction. I was just seeing this, maybe as a concluding that we can read that a paragraph, and then this one. Yeah. So he says that all Madhavasis should constantly be engaged in serving Hari Guru Vaishnavas, and always hear and discuss Hari Katha. If one become averse to Hari Katha and Hari Seva, he will again become ensnared in material desires. Then time will be spent in gossiping, wrapping others, fighting, and gratifying the senses. Madhavasis do not understand that Vaishnava Seva is the most beneficial activity. They will not progress in devotion. One has to cultivate Shuddha Bhakti by sincerely serving the Vaishnavas, by endeavoring to please them with the body, mind, and soul. This was the instruction Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj gave to his disciples and especially Madhavasis. And not only that, Madhavasis, for all the devotees, those who are serious, those who are claim to be a Vaishnava should follow these instructions. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Anything else to be discussed?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I was waiting for you.
Sorry, I had to do some DT service. But very nice, such nice devotee shared. If I can be permitted, something which has really sat very deep with me.
Yes, please.
There
Please.
was this pastime. Of course, Mataji said that he was, he's known as the fearless guru, and that pastime where these caste brahmanas, his father Bhakti Vinod Thakur had a debate, but he couldn't go. He was
Yeah.
rheumatism. So in desperation, he says, no one is there for Vaishnavas to represent. And Siddhant Thakur, Bhakti Thakur took the challenge. And he went and completely, they were feeling very proud that, oh, Bhakti Vinod can't come and we've already won the debate. But he gave so many Shastric quotes. So that was what Mataji and so many of you said, his scholarly thing. Two things. One is he took a vow to chant 1 billion rounds. And that was about 10 million a month. And it took him almost 9 years to complete 1 billion rounds, names, holy names. And so much so that he built a small hut and he would be sitting there. And if rain would come, he would just open an umbrella and continue chanting the Lion Guru. And one very, very, very a strong instruction, and it's valid to all of us. There was once two of his disciples, he had sent them out to go on a preaching program, and they were very happy because hundreds and hundreds of people were expected to come. So they had a lot of expectation that, so many devotees would now get, so many people, public will get to hear Krishna Krishna Katha, and, Krishna consciousness we can share. So those numbers really were encouraged these two disciples. But when they went to that place, hardly a handful of people showed up. And they were so disappointed and they came back. And Maharaj asked them, so how was it? So they were very sad. They said, Maharaj, we went with such high hopes. So many people will get Krishna consciousness, but just a handful came. And that's when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj said, he said, doesn't matter if nobody comes, even if nobody shows up, preach to the walls, because whatever we are doing in Krishna consciousness primarily is for the pleasure of Krishna. So if we are speaking Krishna Katha, it is for Krishna's pleasure. Anything that we do is for Krishna's pleasure. And that became such it struck deep with me that, whenever we have, we should never ever, if at all we get the opportunity to share Krishna consciousness, never ever get in the position that, I am giving the knowledge or anything like that. It is for, first of all, it will keep us humble if we know that this is Krishna's pleasure. And I don't need a big audience or something like that where people say, oh, good lecture, oh, good kirtan. So that was very, very significant, Prabhu, of Maharaj's instruction. Whatever we do is for Krishna's pleasure, and that keeps us grounded. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, one more thing that I wanted to add is his personal deities are Gandharvika Giridhari in Mayapur, and
Yeah.
in his spiritual, what do you say?
Till
Yeah,
there.
in different realm, his identity is Nayana Mani Manjari.
Yeah.
Wanted to share that.
Yes. Siddhanta Samaraj.
Also, Prabhuji, when his Annaprashan ceremony, they kept money, books, and all that, and he grabbed the books, and when
Yeah.
he was like going with Bhakti Vinod Thakur, always carrying the books for Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So we should also have, because our book distribution marathon is going on, so we should learn from that. We have to have value for books and distribute books and carry in our hands also to give others.
Was also the first person to break tradition, and he was initiating people from all castes, and that created a big this in Bengal. So he says, no, he proved Vaishnavas, caste Brahman, you don't have, a Vaishnava is higher than a Brahmana. And even those who were not in Brahman class, he would give initiation. So he was the first person to break away from whatever was these caste Brahmins and traditional Brahmins.
Even Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Maharaj also had to go through some hard situations, opposing from other, and one time Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Maharaj to hide himself or and in another's garb, and there were so many situations I had to face. So it's that's why generally Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Maharaj known as Simha Guru, Lion Guru, very bold on certain to go against the flow of that time, this society and all, and Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Maharaj was go against that and preaching, establishing this the doctrines of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is so wonderful. It's very good to understand the mission and the life of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Every Vaishnava should understand this, the life and the mission of Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. We are so fortunate. We can proudly say Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is our great grandfather. Of course, Srila Prabhupada is our grandfather. Then it says that when compared to a father and a grandfather is more merciful than a father. Similarly, great grandfather is most merciful in that perspective. All we need to do is just follow the footsteps, remember, and what are the instructions which imparted to us, left with us. Follow that, and that's what is you all need to do. Remember all this, the sacrifice that all these acharyas went through, just to uplift all of us. We are just reaping the fruits, reaping the benefits of their complete surrender, complete devotion, and that mercy that we have every moment. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else would like to add?
Also, Prabhuji, one time he was taking darshan of deities and he just removed his glasses. He said, we should not have obstacle like glasses also, we should not have in between like deities and eyes. So, so nice, like lot of lessons from learning from his scripture, Prabhuji. So nice.
Another thing that I remember is about this principle of Yukta Vairagya, how beautifully he demonstrated. He's the first one in our line of acharyas, Nanguru Parampara, who was wearing Western dresses and then Western clothes and also using a motor car in those days. And people were like so amazed, like how is it possible for a sannyasi to ride in a motor car? But then he just said, it's just for the sake of preaching, anything is possible. We can accept it for Krishna's service. And that's in the same mood. We see our Srila Prabhupada taking airplanes, and then he traveled 7 times around the globe for preaching purpose, just following the footsteps of his guru. So it's very beautiful in his life how he preached this principle of Yukta Vairagya.
Each pastime is very beautiful.
Yeah, so wonderful, Mataji. Yes, so it's very fortunate that we have this opportunity today. Remember, and you say some few words. So I remember last year, so the same day, we had this Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's disappearance day, and that night I had a dream that the same in Gaudiya Mutt in Calcutta, that there was this kirtan is going on, and Maharaj was there in the front, And there are few devotees from our temple sitting in the back of that gathering. And I mentioned this yesterday to some devotees. It's so nice. So it's wonderful. Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? Any other devotees? Go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I'm late. If I have just 1 minute.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So everybody has so wonderfully glorified Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, and I just had 2 points that really has touched very deeply from Maharaj. And one is, I think already Prabhuji and Mataji mentioned the Yukta Vairagya. That was very thing. And 2 things Prabhupada always used to mention when referring to his spiritual master. The one instruction he gave was, don't try to look at the faults of others. When you try to look at your own faults, you won't have any time to look at anybody else's fault. So he said, you have to go deep inside and purify yourself. I think that one instruction really struck with me. And then the second thing Prabhupada used to mention was, when you go and see the deity, don't expect for you to go see Krishna, but work in such a way that Krishna sees you. Yeah. So I think these 2 instructions from his spiritual master, and he mentions that in many, many lectures. So I think these 2 points I just wanted to add, and that which personally touched me. So yeah, but everything else, everybody has so wonderfully glorified. Thank you, Prabhuji, for this opportunity to even speak, though we are not qualified in any way, and even to hear about Maharaj on his disappearance day. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, yes, that's very true, very true. And says that, that the way that the Lord should see us, instead of that we rush and, go in front line and to, making those mistakes. And even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, even when you go to the temple, would go and, stars, stay at the, maybe the doorsteps and look from there. And so this was all great lessons and great teachings that we can also imbibe. Instead of that, we see the Lord, or the Lord should see us. It's very powerful. Yep. Okay. Anybody else? Any other comments? Any other realizations? Okay. Thank you so much.
Prabhu, one thing, a last point.
Please go ahead.
Haribol, Prabhu,
Haribol. Yeah.
So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati is very, we call him the Lion Guru, right?
Yeah.
Indeed, he is, because one time the society was so at that time, that Bengal society, the Brahmanas, they are opposed to the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. They wanted to murder him also.
Oh yeah, yes.
So somehow the policeman informed him, and he saved. So that is one of the incidents we can mention, that how he faced the so many opposition that time also. So despite that, he spread the Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. How much struggle they all went through,
Hare Krishna.
Just for us. They were already liberated personalities, but for us, they took such a step. Srila Prabhupada took such a step without food, cargo ship, heart attacks, going each door, begging from each and every one, struggling and printing books, walking miles and miles, begging to the people, and please take up this holy name. And how much struggle and his old age. And see that. Why? Because of they are taking such steps for all of us to understand this, and some way or other, uplift us from this material, entanglements. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Anybody else before we conclude today's special day? Okay, so then let's conclude today's section. His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki
Jai.
His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Tirobhav Maha Mahol Ki
Jai.
Jai.
Guru Premanande Hari
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 Bol.
Bol.
Pancha Kalpatarubhashya Kripasindhu Adidana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vaishnavrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
So tomorrow we'll be continuing our Chaitanya Charitamrita class. So please don't miss this association, miss this association of this Vani association of these great devotees, great personalities. It's very, very powerful, dear devotees. Please don't miss. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Hare
Thank
Bol.
you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.